Welcome to the Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on Beach Radio 1160, 1310, and mybeachradio.com. Part of the Shore Sports Network.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV 44988 due at signing. $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 11/30/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Black Friday is here at Gateway Toyota. Drive new 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice, just $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Toms River GatewayToyota.com.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Trying to figure out what's next after high school or community college? George is ready to help. Sign up now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit. Learn about the college experience. Discover what a degree from GCU can do for you. Whether you are just out of high school or if you're an adult learner looking to transfer, GCU is the place to expand possibility. Take that first step. Make GCU your place. Register now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit.
And we welcome you live to Warrior Field in Manasquan, New Jersey.
Wait, you're not on yet. Technical difficulty.
For high school.
All right, you're on.
Beach Radio 1160, 1310, and mybeachradio.com.
You're on.
Thanksgiving is about tradition, and here on the Shore Sports Network, our tradition is broadcasting one of the better Thanksgiving Day rivalries since its inception. It is Wall Manasquan as we say happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, along with our entire crew of the Shore Sports Network. Ed Saraluca down to the field. I'm Matt Harmon, and partner, as I say happy Thanksgiving to you, one thing is certain, I am concerned about you down on the sideline today because it is a little chilly.
Yeah, it's chilly. It's down in the 20s, I'm sure, with the wind chill blowing northwest today. So it's blowing towards the ocean pretty strong, about 20, 25 miles an hour. So the wind chill, they say, is down around zero. It's probably the coldest Thanksgiving Day game these two have played in their 19-year history.
Yeah, this is the 19th year these two schools have played, longtime rivals, but on Thanksgiving Day, Manasquan 9 wins, Wall 9 wins. So today's game will decide who takes the overall series lead. Manasquan won the opening coin toss. They have elected to defer, so Wall will receive the opening kickoff. The Crimson Knights 5-3 so far on the season under the direction of Tony Grandinetti. Jay Price, the head coach of Manasquan, the Big Blue, fresh off a sectional final loss. Manasquan wearing their dark blue jerseys with the silver helmets and the gray pants, the gray numerals as well. Wall in the all-white uniforms today, white helmets with the red, white, and blue W on either side, red numerals, and the white pants. A very breezy, cold day here in Manasquan. Crimson Knights 5-3 on the season. They have not played Wall since being knocked out of the state playoffs. It has been a while since the Crimson Knights have taken the field. Their last game, the 2nd of November, when they were beaten by Timber Creek in the South Jersey Group 3 playoffs, 33-28. Going back deep to receive the opening kickoff for Wall. Number 17, Mike Galos, and number 6, Dale McNally. Set to kick off for Manasquan, James Pendergist. He will put the ball at the 40-yard line, a step or two in from the left hash mark. Thanks for joining us, as always, here on the Shore Sports Network. A wobbly kick. It's picked up by McNally at the 20, out to the 30, 35. Comes back to the middle of the field, and Wall will get great field position to start at their own 41-yard line under the direction of the quarterback, Dylan Ritchie. Ritchie, a senior, 5'9", 165 pounds. A freshman, Charlie Sasso in the backfield along with Casey Larkin, Mike Galos, Logan Peters, and Kamal Kofer, the wide receivers. Tanner Powers at the tight end. Brady Scott and Joe Fardell are the two tackles. Grant Puharic and Ian Ackerman, the guards, and Brian Byrne is the center. Manasquan with a 4-man rush to start here today. Their traditional 4-3 set. This is Larkin on the carry. Larkin finding open space, 40, 35, 30. 25-20, he might go. 15, inside the 10. One man to beat, diving towards the pylon. Run out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Last man back was Mike Page, the safety, who makes the tackle. Wall will have it first and goal from the Manasquan 5-yard line.
Well, interesting chip played right off the bat, Matt, by Manasquan, who had to kick off. They elected to kick into the wind. As I mentioned, it's a 20-mile-an-hour wind. Was in their face. The kickoff went nowhere. The Knights got the ball in good field position. One play, Larkin on the threshold of getting it in now.
Larkin the last time with a direct snap. It looks like Wall is going to go the same direction here. They will get called, however, for an illegal procedure. It'll back them up 5 yards.
In and out.
Larkin again, the direct snap off the left side. And we've got another flag that's thrown. This is offside. Well, they say offside on Wall, so that will back up the Crimson Knights 5 more yards and make it first and goal from the 15. Dylan DeAnton, Charlie Sawitsky, Art Foreman, and Alec Wells, the 4-man defensive line. Canyon Birch, Shane Letty, and Jack Fabian, the 3 linebackers. Pendergist, Christian Masonis, Rashid Tuttles, and Mike Page, the secondary. Wall had it first and goal from the 5-yard line. On back-to-back penalties, they are back to the Manasquan 15. Larkin gets the snap. He's going to run off to the right side. Looking to seal the edge. Takes a shot inside the 10. Tackled by Pendergist. Second down and goal from the Manasquan 9-yard line. Ball sitting right now on the right hash. New little wrinkle in the Wall offense going with these direct snaps. Now they will bring in the quarterback, Dylan Ritchie.
We see so many teams going to that Wildcat this year, Matt. Direct snaps, don't have to worry about handoffs. It's cold football at cold hands out here today.
Larkin starting on the left, now will come to the right of Ritchie. He's going to give it and then take it back. Zone read. Down towards the goal line, stopped just shy is Ritchie, grabbed by Canyon Birch, who will make the tackle. It'll be third down and goal from inside the Manasquan 2-yard line. We are about 90 seconds in to our opening quarter. Logan Peters will split out along with Galos, part of a trips with the tight end Tanner Powers. Third and goal from inside the 2. This is Larkin on the carry. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown. Wall. Opening drive for the Crimson Knights. They go 59 yards after a good kickoff return and grab a 6-0 lead on Manasquan. Ed, not sure that you could have started any better if you're on the Wall sideline.
No, as I said, the kickoff was it. They got into good field position, and then Larkin has proved why he's a probable all-sure candidate at running back. He's going to be a good one.
Steve Riesco on for the extra point. This will be a challenge all day for the kickers. He
No
pushes
good.
this a little bit to the right. It's no good. So Wall will have to settle for a 6-0 advantage. 2 minutes gone by. It wasn't a scoring drive that took a whole lot of time. And we'll get our first look at the Manasquan offense with Wall set to kick off. This is one of a few games across the Shore Conference on the Thanksgiving Day schedule. There are not many games remaining. Red Bank at Long Branch. We'll try and give you scoring updates along the way on some of these as well. Middletown South at Middletown North. Toms River South and Lakewood, Asbury Park and Neptune. Of course, one other important game that'll take place over the course of the weekend. Modern Day Prep and Red Bank Catholic will do battle for a state championship.
That'll be 4:05 on Saturday afternoon at MetLife Stadium.
Pender just back deep along with Birch. They'll await the kick here of Riesco. Puts it in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Manasquan will get the football for the first time today and will work into a pretty stiff win. This is a onside kick, dangerous. Wall may have come away with it. It hit one of the up men on a squib kick by Riesco, but I think ultimately the Big Blue able to fall on it, and they will get it at their own 34-yard line. A couple of nervy moments here for Manasquan in the early going.
Number 27 picked that kickoff finally off the ground. Fell on it, I should say. Yeah, Manasquan feeling probably the remains of that loss up at Hillside, a game that I did attend. They played very well. Canyon Birch is the big stud for this Warrior team.
Manasquan lost that game 36-10 for a sectional championship. This is Birch looking for a spot off the left side. Hit and drop quickly just over the line of scrimmage by Tanner Powers, the outside linebacker. John Foreman, the tight end, Dylan DeAnton, and Anders Scala, the two tackles, Charlie Swawitzki, Art Foreman, the guards, Alec Wells is the center, Ryan O'Leary at the quarterback, Tuttles and Birch, the backfield set, Riley Callahan and James Pendergist are the two receivers to start today for Manasquan.
Scooby Tuttles.
Scooby Tuttles.
Had him on the Toyota coach's corner. Fine young man.
Might be the best nickname in the Shore Conference. 2nd and 9. Wall showing pressure. High snap. Flags thrown before the snap of the football. Procedure on Manasquan. 3-4 alignment for the Crimson Knights. Ian Ackerman and Tommy Schneider, the ends. Jack Walter is the nose man. Colin Riley and Tanner Powers, the linebackers. Dean Terry and Charlie Sasso, the inside guys. Dylan Ritchie and Dale McNally, the corners. Casey Larkin and Logan Peters are the two safeties.
What do you think about the decision, Matt, for the kicking the ball into the wind? So far, it has cost Manasquan.
Yes, it has. Electing to defer, giving Wall the football to begin. Crimson Knights cashing in after a long run by Larkin. And then he scored the touchdown. Low snap as O'Leary has to go off to his left and then gets hit by Tanner Powers to make sure. Manasquan with a pretty horrific start to this football game.
Yeah, well, we discussed, off the air before we came on about what the quarterbacks will wear. O'Leary choosing to go with one glove on his left hand. Of course, he is right-handed, so he's got a better feel for throwing the ball. However, I don't think any quarterback will have a feel for throwing the ball today. And that was a low snap, but could have been handled by O'Leary.
3rd down, about 19 for O'Leary. I formation here. Manasquan with a 3-receiver set. Draw play, set up for Birch. Trying to bounce it to the outside. Birch is going to have a good gain out to the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 of the 19 required, but Manasquan here on what will be 4th and 4. Will have to bring on their punt team, one would think, though into a stiff win. And I'm not sure that you gain a whole lot.
No, exactly. I think they're going to go for it. You know, when you do defer your choice, the next team has two choices. They could either take the ball or kick, and they could choose the side. That's why the situation is perplexing.
Inside carry, nothing doing here for Manasquan. They're going to lose about 3. Wall on downs will get the turnover and the football back at the Manasquan 38-yard line.
Oh, it's been all Wall so far early in the first 5 minutes of this first quarter.
Ed, as we talked about, a Wall team that hasn't played for the better part of 3 weeks. We were curious how sharp they would be. Well, so far in the first quarter, that question has been answered emphatically.
Yeah, although they did have those 2 penalties on the goal line, which hurt them a little bit.
Ritchie from the pistol. Zone read, he'll keep it. Run off the right side. Bounce it to the 30. He's tripped up and dropped a little shy of a first down. You know, it's hard after you get knocked out of the playoffs in that opening round. Timber Creek, the team that beat Wall, who then canceled the consolation game that they could have played. They had a lot of players beaten up. Sometimes you lose just the flow of what you're doing, but this is an energetic and spirited Wall team, at least at the beginning of this game. Here on what will be 2nd down and 3. Ritchie will work from the shotgun. In is McNally. Off the left side, Larkin gets the carry. He'll be close to a first down. He's inside the 30. Going to be a little shy, about a half yard short as we've hit the midpoint here of this first quarter. It's Wall 6 and Manasquan nothing.
Now we should mention the field conditions down here. The turf is very, very hard, almost like they're playing on field turf, although it is natural grass. There is quite a bit of grass left for Manasquan's field on this Turkey Day. Probably the best field condition they've had in the last month, according to the coaches.
3rd down and 1. Movement up front for Wall.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time that's happened early in this quarter.
And Ed, just so no one is mildly confused by your statement, when you say turf, you are still talking about an old-fashioned grass field.
Yeah, I'm talking about grass, and the grass is hard, and the dirt underneath it is very hard. So look for these players, when landing, to try and hold on to the football. It's not going to be an easy task today. Ritchie going without gloves on either hand here, constantly rubbing the hands.
Larkin motioning out of the backfield. He'll catch it, take a shot right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Yeah, quick flare pass. Manasquan all over it. So that gives an interesting situation. Ball on the 35 here. They could punt it and take the field position, putting Manasquan inside the 10 on a good punt, or they could go for it. Looks like they're going to go for this.
They lead here 6-0 this first quarter, flying by so far.
That's okay. You got a lot of food waiting to eat, Matt.
Yeah, no problem on that end. Ritchie from the shotgun, lofting one into the air, finding it in the end zone, touchdown. Wall. Tanner Powers, the tight end, just got past the coverage, and Wall scoring on what was 4th down and about 6.
Well, it was a beautiful touch on the football by Ritchie. Powers had his man beat by about 4 yards. He was waiting for the ball patiently for the ball to come down. Finally, it came down, picked it up on the 10, got it into the end zone easily.
That score brought to you by Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, serving the shore's best seafood for over 40 years. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Visit bumrogerstavern.com.
They will chase the point here, Matt, and go for 2.
Larkin will line up to the right of Dylan Ritchie, who will split 3 wide receivers. Draw play set up for the quarterback, and Ritchie is held out just shy of the goal line, so Wall missing opportunities on both extra points, one via the kick and one trying to get the 2 points back. 12-0 Crimson Knights lead here, 4:19 to go in the opening quarter. This is our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on the Shore Sports Network. It's powered by Jersey Mike's, Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Even if your team doesn't win, your mouth will. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
What are all these people doing here, Matt? This place is packed like it was a 70-degree day.
And this is
the tradition of Wall Manasquan.
This is the game that when people talk about don't play on Thanksgiving, this is one of the ones that they point to and say, look at how much meaning it has.
Yeah, even though it's only 19, years old, I doubt if there's a better crowd at any of the 5 Thanksgiving Day games in the Shore today.
I think when this rivalry started on Thanksgiving, it was here at what is now Vic Caboo Warrior Field, and Wall snapped that long win streak that Manasquan had. These teams have played some amazing football games in the last almost now 20 years. Another short kick set up. Manasquan will get it. And Ed, dare I say here, this is a pretty important drive for Manasquan, trailing 12-0.
Yes, and that last play by Manasquan, the draw to Colin Birch, was a huge play last week against Hillside. I said that was a good game. You wouldn't tell by the final score of 36-10, but it was 14-10, halfway through the fourth quarter, and Manasquan was every bit in that football game.
First down and 10. Carry inside goes to the fullback Tuttles. Gain of only a yard to bring it to 2nd and 9.
I had a chance during the kickoff to talk to Richie a little bit on the sideline here. I'm on the Wall sideline. I asked him how his hands and how the ball felt, and he told me, he said, it's tough getting a grip on the football. I said, you didn't have any trouble throwing that pass. He said, well, I got it out there. He had his man beat by 5 yards.
It did good on 4th down when you think of it, Eddie. Put it in a spot where even if it's intercepted,
right,
it almost acts as a punt.
Yep.
Tight formation here for Manasquan. O'Leary wanting to throw. He lets it fly. Adjusting to the football is Pettergist, who's trying to argue that he caught it. And that will go as an incompletion. Had to make a major adjustment on the football. Peters among those on the coverage for Wall.
God, just to get his hands on that, Pendergast, he made a tremendous effort on it in between a couple of Wall defenders, and pretty nice throw into the wind by O'Leary.
It is 3rd down now and 9. Clock stop with 3:20 remaining. Opening quarter. Wall 12. Manasquan nothing. Tight ends either direction. Straight eye package with Birch, the deep man. Play action again for O'Leary. A one-man pattern. And Pendergast has to adjust back to the football. He slipped as he made his cut. And now on what is 4th and 9. This time Manasquan will be forced to punt it away.
Almost the same spot they were in before. This time down 12-0. They elect to punt it. This punt won't go too far, although the wind has died down a little bit now. They'd be smart to get it off as soon as possible.
Pendergast is the punter. Larkin standing around his own 30-yard line. Wobbly kick, bounces at the 35. All things considered, pretty good punt for Manasquan as they're able to pin Wall inside their own 30-yard line. Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, is the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at lakewoodtoyota.com. Vin Ebino has the auspicious job of being our cameraman upstairs. Tom Tremblay and Greg Lerner inside here. Along with Ed Sarluca, I'm Matt Harmon. Katie O'Keefe is back in the studio. Somehow, Brad Birascano and Kevin Williams drew the straw today to get Ed Thanksgiving Day off.
Seniority, maybe?
Well, then you would be off, wouldn't it?
Full-time workers?
That, I think, is your answer. Here's Larkin. Direct snap again to a name that is synonymous with success for this Wall football team. Larkin will get about 6 and set up a 2nd and 4.
Prior to the game, we were chatting up there in the booth, Matt, and somebody said, well, who was that kid a couple years ago that ran all over Manasquan? And, of course, that was none other than Larkin's brother.
Sean Larkin.
Yeah.
2nd and 4, 2:25 to go. Wall trying to add to a 12-0 advantage right now. Larkin will motion out of the backfield. Dylan Ritchie, quarterback draw. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Ritchie looking over to the sideline. Play call coming in. Wall a player short right now. And they'll bring in McNally to the huddle. They might have to hustle to get this play off. Back judge not counting as of yet. 3rd down, let's call it 4. 90 seconds remaining. We will get a stoppage, a timeout coming in. Manasquan will use a timeout.
That really bailed out Wall because, as you said, they were rushing to get the play off on time.
Have not seen any scores come across as of yet in some of the other Thanksgiving Day games. And
yeah, most of those games are 10:30, right?
Most of those games are 10:30.
Yeah.
Have Toms River South,
Lakewood
up 7-0 on Lakewood. Halftime already. Asbury and Neptune are scoreless. Just as I said, have not seen any scores. They are now starting to come in a little bit. Ed, I know you are a fan of disbanding the Thanksgiving Day game.
Yes, I am.
It is kind of, when you look at the schedule, it is kind of going the way of the dinosaur.
Yeah, well, South and Lakewood are playing their 99th game. I think they would like to get to 100 and then talk about maybe disbanding that series.
On 3rd and 4, up the middle, Larkin, 1st down and more. Spinning over the 50-yard line and then dragged down in Manasquan territory. Appreciate everyone, as always, listening to us old school on 1160, 1310 AM, My Beach Radio, and new school with our video stream at shoresportsnetwork.com. 99th meeting between those teams, 90th meeting between Neptune and Asbury Park, 44th between the two schools in Middletown, 96th meeting today between Long Branch and Red Bank.
Wall, one of those teams that brings the quarterback all the way to the sideline to pick up the play from Tony Grandinetti.
A little more disorganization on now the Wall sideline. They will use a timeout. So 1 timeout per side so far in this first half, in which Wall leads by a score of 12-0. Ed, is there a solution, you think, in solving the question of whether or not to continue to play on Thanksgiving to make everybody happy? All right, Ed having a technical issue.
I may need a battery for my power pack.
Okay. See if we can get one down to you. So we'll wait for the two teams to break out of a timeout. Batteries could be a problem today with the temperature, a balmy 27. Factor in the wind chill, probably down under 20. Off the timeout, Ritchie working out of a shotgun. He'll send Larkin in motion. Reverse pivot out, throw on the flat, has a man. Charlie Sasso, the freshman, will make the catch. Tuttles and Birch combine on the tackle. Certainly remember that name the next 3 years. Charlie Sasso, who has become a two-way starter for Wall as a freshman. He's a good-looking young player, 5'11", 187 pounds. Started almost the entire year on defense. He's added the offensive side to his game. We'll take a quarter break coming up for you in just a second. See if Wall gets his play off. Ritchie snaps it with 5 seconds remaining. Runs left on 2nd and 2. And will get dragged down for a loss. Dylan DeAnton with the tackle for Manasquan. First quarter in the books. It's Wall 12, Manasquan nothing. We've got a personal foul after, which will back up Wall. But we'll take a quarter break for you here. We'll go back to the studio for 60 seconds. Come back and enjoy some more Thanksgiving Day football with us here on the Shore Sports Network.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV 44988 to assigning $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 11/30/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Black Friday is here at Gateway Toyota. Drive new 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice, just $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Toms River GatewayToyota.com.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Trying to figure out what's next after high school or community college? Georgian Court University is ready to help. Sign up now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit. Learn about the college experience. Discover what a degree from GCU can do for you. Whether you are just out of high school or if you're an adult learner looking to transfer, GCU is the place to expand possibility. Take that first step. Make GCU your place. Register now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit.
Now, back to Shore Conference High School football on the Shore Sports Network. Beach Radio, 1160, 1310, and mybeachradio.com.
Orthopedic and Medical Associates, your number one choice for sports injuries and concussion management, with offices in Brick, Barnegat, Ocean, Freehold, and Monroe. Visit cvuortho.com. With Ed Sarluk, I'm Matt Harmon. Our entire crew here, the Shore Sports Network. Some Thanksgiving Day football is Wall leading Manasquan after the first quarter by a score of 12-0. Another great crowd on hand. Wall will have it 3rd and 18. It would have been 3rd and 3, but a personal foul was called going into our quarter break. So now Wall being pushed back a little bit. They've been able to convert on a lot of third down so far today. Manasquan with a late adjustment here defensively. 4 receiver set for Wall. Ritchie wants to throw, lofts it into the air, looking for Larkin, who had it go right through his hands. Could not hang on to the football, and Wall will have to bring on their punt team. Steve Riesco, who doubles as the place kicker, on now to punt on what will be 4th and 18. And for the first time today, Manasquan has a chance to get the football in pretty decent field position and with the wind at their back.
And back on, Matt, with this cold weather.
Low punt, trickling around the 30-yard line, down at the 29 by Wall.
Pretty good job of punting right there. He kept it low. I was just going to say, with this cold weather, the batteries go quickly, and my battery pack battery went low. So quick change by Tom Tremblay got us back on.
Was a flag that was thrown. It will be
personal foul on Wall.
That's the second in 3 plays on Wall.
And about the 6th penalty overall on Wall today. Surprisingly, they lead it 12-0.
Took the opening kickoff and scored right away.
By the way, how good was that pass by Ritchie to Larkin? That was right in his hands, over the shoulder. It went right through the hands of Larkin. Should have come up with that one.
So with the plus 15, ball out to the Manasquan 44-yard line. Got to think, Ed, if you're Manasquan here, you got to figure a way to get some points on the scoreboard. 3 receivers set, 2 off to the right, 1 back to the left. Draw play for Birch. Wall all over it. That's a staple of this Manasquan offense. Several Wall players involved on that tackle. Connor Malloy, number 86, one of the defensive linemen. Ed, you stopped the draw for Manasquan. It's a big chunk of their offense.
Exactly. I totally agree. O'Leary will be helped with the wind at his back here, so maybe Manasquan will attempt to go up top a little bit more.
Another 3 receiver set. Callahan, the wide man, to the short side of the field. Miscommunication in the backfield as Tuttles gets the handoff. Manasquan able to move the pile forward a little bit. They'll gain about 4 and set up a 3rd down and 8. That last play, O'Leary went one way, Tuttles the other. Manasquan fortunate ball wasn't down on the grass.
This will be one of those instances where the ball will be in the air probably for Manasquan. He likes to throw the out patterns. Did it a lot last week against Hillside when they needed 6-7 yards.
Pro set out of the eye. O'Leary, play action. Throws in the flat for Tuttles. He'll make the catch. Hit at the 50. Able to move forward in wall territory. Get to about the 48, maybe the 47-yard line. This will be a decision for Jay Price on what will be 4th and a long 1. Looks like it will be a quick decision as Manasquan keeping their offense on. 9:35 to go in the opening half. It's Wall 12, Manasquan nothing. Most indications would be keep an eye on Cameron Birch. Manasquan will move the strength of the formation off to the left. Late movement, Birch getting the pitch, looking for a spot off the left side. Don't think he got it.
I don't like the play call right there, Matt. Birch is an inside type runner. That was the quick pitch or toss to the left side, no gain at all.
They'll put the football down. Referee will eyeball it, take a look at it. Looks like they will bring the...
No, they're not even... Oh, they are? No, they're not going to bring it out.
Wall able to hold on downs and get the football back.
That's a big stop by Wall. Do you like the call, Matt? Quick
didn't
toss.
love it.
Yeah. Of course, Coach Price knows his team better than we do. But Birch is a tackle-to-tackle type runner, and he's tough inside. So is Tuttles. They had not run the toss yet. Does Manasquan have a first down today yet, Matt? I don't believe they do.
Larkin set for the Wildcat here. Off the right side. Nice hole. Larkin will get back in Manasquan territory. Tripped up at the Big Blue 45-yard line. 8:55 and rolling here in our first half. Wall 12. Manasquan still scoreless. Ed, will you be coming up here at halftime for your interview session?
I would like to. I don't know who we're going to interview yet, but I'd like to come up and maybe possibly have a chance to take my gloves off for a second. I was talking to some other reporters down here. There's not many of them down here, but the part that's cold are my fingertips, having to control this microphone. Everything else pretty warm.
Counter play. McNally gets the carry. Half-yard pickup just inside the 45-yard line. 3rd down. And let's say a long 1 coming here for Wall. So far, so good. We're setting record time as that turkey continues to cook away in the oven. Ed, is the antipasto ready for your travels?
Yes, I was up at 6:30 this morning putting that together for the trip up to Woodbridge, my annual trip. Used to be to my mom. My mom is now gone, but the tradition continues at my sister Barbara's house.
4 receivers set to either direction. Quick snap. Whoa. McNally fumbles the football. Manasquan says they have it, and they do. McNally was trying to fight to get to the first down. He took a pretty good pop as he extended the football out, and for the first time today, there's a little life on the Manasquan sideline.
Still in their territory, 43-yard line. 7:28 left in this half, first half.
Three receiver package here. See if Manasquan tries for that quick change of possession. Inside, the carry will go. Tuttles runs through an ankle tackle. Stopped at the Manasquan 49-yard line. Gain of about 6 to set up a 2nd and 4. Manasquan, the old-fashioned traditional huddle in between plays. Callahan and Pendergast, the receiver combination. That's the direction O'Leary wants to throw. He's got Callahan, who lost the football, but it fell right to Pendergast, who catches it and falls forward to the 40-yard line.
Well, it wasn't designed like it ended up, but Pendergast in the right spot at the right time as the ball did go off, as you called, Matt, off of Callahan's hands.
Manasquan inside wall territory here. Moving to the midpoint of this second quarter. 6:35 to go. A 12-0 edge for Wall. 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers, a 5-man front. Tuttles, the carry, right up the middle. Tuttles, good, strong run. As he'll work his way down to about the 33-yard line. A gain there of almost 7. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, he makes the pile move. Doesn't look like there's any room inside there, and he moves the pile. That time for about 7 yards.
Low to the ground, 5'9", 210 pounds. 3 receivers set, ball in the middle of the field. Birch gets his hands on it. He'll bounce it to the outside. We'll have a first down and more. Inside the 25, just ran over a would-be tackler in a white uniform. My goodness, Cameron Birch runs hard.
Yeah, Birch probably playing in his last high school football game today. I should say last football game, period. He is a lacrosse player, probably going to go to college to play that sport.
He just delivered a shot off on the left side of Manasquan, who's got a good drive put together here. 5:25 to go in the second quarter. Ball at the Wall 20-yard line from the left hash mark. Tuttles gets a chance. First contact, and then spins forward to about the 17-yard line. This is certainly more of what we would have thought was coming from Manasquan at the beginning of the game. Just got off to such a terrible start.
Well, turnovers are usually game changers, and this certainly was. This is what has given Manasquan their best drive of the day.
Red Bank Regional has grabbed a 14-12 advantage on Long Branch with a 2-point conversion. Play action for O'Leary. He'll throw. Pendergast makes the catch inside the 10 and then bounced out around the 5-yard line. Toms River South leading 13-8. That Red Bank Long Branch game looks like it's a good one. Teams have traded points and going back and forth. Again, that 2-point conversion. Red Bank leading 14-12. I formation for Manasquan on 1st and goal. Birch getting it. He'll bounce it to the left. Sprinting towards the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Manasquan. 5-yard touchdown run for Canyon Birch as the Big Blue able to strike and get back on the board after the Wall turnover.
Designed to go inside, Matt. Broke it wide to the left, showed his good speed, ran to the flag in the corner.
Extra point, tacked up and in.
Oh, those missed extra points will come back and haunt you, won't they?
12-7 the advantage right now for Wall with 4:25 remaining. Ed, just a quick second here as a team we've been following, Long Branch, who won their sectional championship last week, 21-14. Red Bank, a pretty good football team. This game's being played at Long Branch High School, but, we've seen it year in and year out, even with the change in schedule. Long Branch in kind of that precarious spot. They played last week, won a championship, got to turn around, play a rival that essentially has nothing left to play for, and Long Branch still has now what's considered that bowl game in which they will play Shawnee up at MetLife Stadium. Hard to get up week in and week out for big games.
We talked to Danny George, the head coach of the Green Wave, and we said it's one big game after another from the semifinals on. And you are correct, Matt. Very tough to get up week in and week after.
Short kick fielded by Wall at the 25, running forward and dropped at the 29-yard line. Jaden Carasquillo, backup wide receiver. Ed, I know you've meandered your way over to the far sideline. There's a little bit of bounce in the step of the Big Blue right now.
Yeah, that turnover changed the momentum entirely in this football game. That, and I believe the wind difference. Again, it's just still perplexing why Manasquan elected to kick into the wind. I believe the 2 touchdowns were definitely related to that wind direction.
Ritchie hands to Larkin off on the right side as Wall trying to reestablish something on the right side of that offensive line, which is a good right side of the offensive line. Ed, Brady Scott, the right tackle, he's a massive player at 6'2", 270, and Ian Ackerman, a guy Wall happy to have back in their lineup, 6'1", 225-pound right guard.
The addition of Brian Duffy, the ex-Rutgers offensive lineman by way of Brick Memorial, has added a lot to this Wall staff this year.
Shotgun look for Ritchie. He'll keep it on a quarterback run. Manasquan all over that. Pender just flying up from his cornerback spot. DeAnton from his defensive end spot. Loss there of a couple. It'll set up a 3rd and 9.
Pender just does everything for this Manasquan team. Plays offense, defense, he kicks. He returns punts, he returns kickoffs. He does just about everything. And we had him on the coach's corner a few weeks back, and outstanding young football player.
You know what they call a player like that, Ed? A football player. He'll do whatever it takes. Here's the run inside for a Wall. They'll hand it off to the freshman. Check it. That's McNally. I thought for a second it was Sasso. Can't get moving, and on 4th and long, Wall on the second consecutive opportunity will punt it away.
2:40 left and running here, so Manasquan should get excellent field position as they move Pender just up a little bit. In fact, they have nobody deep now.
Riesco will punt it to the sideline. Manasquan trying to get away from it. Ball hung up in the air, and a great opportunity here for Manasquan to regain the momentum going into the locker room. They've got all of it on their side right now, but do trail on the scoreboard 12-7, 2:24 remaining in this first half. Keep in mind as well that Manasquan will get the second half kickoff also.
That was about a 15-yard punt, Matt, so you could see the ball just not going anywhere into the wind. And that'll be an interesting choice, the second half, and which way Wall wants to kick.
Under center, O'Leary gives to Birch off the left side. Birch, a bowling ball run, bouncing off of tackles, and then again running players over. If you're a Wall defensively right now, Ed, and you're going to tackle Kenyon Birch, it's almost like you're sacrificing a body part.
Well, he's possessed right now, and that carry certainly indicated that. Will not be taken down by one tackler.
As violent of a 6-yard run as you might see in high school football. Straight eye package here. Birch, the deep man. He'll get the pitch going to the short side of the field. Hit quickly by Ackerman, who will make the tackle near the line of scrimmage. It's our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on the Shore Sports Network, powered by Jersey Mike's. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Even if your team doesn't win, Your mouth will. Jersey Mike's be a sub above.
Well, not only down in distance here, 3rd and about 4, but maybe the clock, which is running at 1:15, will dictate this type of play.
Fumbled snap by O'Leary. Able to grab it and pick it back up. There was a massive gust of wind that just came across, and now Manasquan will use a timeout with 1:04 remaining.
Couldn't really tell what that play was designed to do, throw it or run it. I do believe they were in 4-down territory, so he might have been running that one, and if not, run again on 4th down, but the fumbled snap took care of that. But again, with 1:04 left, the clock dictates your play selection now.
Red Bank 14, Long Branch 12. That game's at the half. Middletown South leading Middletown North 7-0 at the half. Toms River South on top of Lakewood 19-8. That Neptune-Asbury game, we mentioned that one was scoreless going in at halftime. Our game 12-7, Wall leading Manasquan.
Interesting this week, Matt. Not sure if you saw the news, but Toms River South, the new principal there, Mike Sitta, brought back the old bonfire, the Thanksgiving Day bonfire, to Toms River South, and they had a big one on Wednesday night. Excuse me, it was Tuesday night, the bonfire.
It looks like Manasquan, Ed, will go with a Wildcat look of their own.
Yeah, with Tuttles next to Birch.
2 receivers set. They brought in, Manasquan has an extra offensive lineman in Terlezi Garrett, number 71. It will be Birch on the right side on 4th down. It looks like Wall is held again. 2 times in this first half, Manasquan has gone for it on 4th and manageable, and twice Wall has been able to get the football back. See what Wall does here. If they play it close to the vest, a knee or 2 would probably get it done and head into the locker room with a 12-7 advantage. We're inside of a minute to go in this first half. Ed, will you be trying to grab Jay Price walking off? Here's Larkin off the left side. Ed, not sure if you heard that. Are you going to try and grab Coach Price on the way off?
Yes, I am, okay. And I also will get Bob Batters up in the booth at halftime, and we'll discuss what's going around the shore, what's going on around the shore, and also the big RBC Modern Day football game on Saturday, which I will be attending. Unfortunately, we can't cover it. New Jersey Live covers all the state games, so that's knocked us out of the box.
Larkin, the carry off the right side. Dropped by a host of Warriors out of that Wildcat set. Should be the final play from scrimmage, and Wall will take a hard-fought 12-7 advantage into the locker room. These teams always play it pretty close to the vest. It's always a competitive game in this first half. No different so far, as Wall leading Manasquan by a score of 12-7. Ed.
Okay, he's on the phone right now talking to his guys upstairs. Coach, slow start for the Warriors, but you got it going in the second quarter.
Yeah, we were a little discombobulated there. But I thought we settled down a little bit. Offensively, we started to move a little bit, and that seems to calm everything down once you can move it on the ground.
Started giving it to Mr. number 33 there, Canyon Birch.
He got us this far, and, we told him before the game he's going to take us the rest of the way. And when he gets going, everybody gets going.
How about the decision to kick into the wind to start the game?
Well, you know what? The old adage is give him the wind in the first and third, and you got it in the second and the fourth, right? You'll learn that in 6th grade.
That sounds good to me. Good luck in the second half.
Happy Thanksgiving, Ed.
Manasquan head coach Jay Price, good enough to give us a word on his way out. We will take a timeout here and regroup after a good first half that has Manasquan trailing Wall by a score of 12-7. 19th time these two teams have played on Thanksgiving Day. The overall series tied at 9. When we come back, we'll bounce around the Shore Conference with scores from other games. Ed and our main man from the Shore Sports Network website, Bob Batters, will talk about this high school football season and do a little preview of that modern-day prep Red Bank Catholic game that will take place on Saturday. 12-7 Wall. 3-minute timeout for us here. We're back with more on the Shore Sports Network.
The Black Friday sales event is going on at their Jeep store. That means no money down leasing all month long. Now is the best time to drive away in an all-new 2018 Wrangler Unlimited or the award-winning Grand Cherokee 4x4 that's ready to handle a Jersey Shore winter. Selection, savings, and award-winning customer first service. Plus, New Jersey's largest selection of certified pre-owned Jeeps, all priced to sell. Black Friday means no money down savings at the Jeep store. Route 35 Ocean Township or visit thejeepstore.com.
Okay, got some big news for you. Macy's Black Friday doorbusters are back. Coats for everyone, regularly $195 to $275, under $100. 40% off shoes and boots for her. Queen or king sheets, just $29.99. Kitchen essentials, $7.99 after $12 mail-in rebate. Shop 5 p.m. Thanksgiving till 2 a.m. Friday. Savings off regular prices, exclusions apply. Macy's Star Rewards now offers benefits everyone can enjoy no matter how they pay. Sign up for free in-store or at Macys.com/Star Rewards.
This is the one you've been waiting for. The Black Friday sale at Value City NJ. Save up to 50% on furniture and accessories at select Sealy and Ideal Sleep mattresses. Plus, take an extra 10% off. Free delivery and up to 60 months, no interest, both with no minimum purchase, unlike our competitors. Up to 70% off closeouts, floor samples, and doorbusters. Guaranteed lowest price on Tempur-Pedic. Free box spring with Stearns & Foster plus 10% off. All at our 8 locations at ValueCityNJ.com. 36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 and RAV 44988 to assigning $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 type fee 10K miles per year. Ends 11/30/2018.
Get all that Gateway Toyota.
Black Friday is here at Gateway Toyota. Drive new 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice, just $99 a month.
Get all that Gateway Toyota.
Toms River GatewayToyota.com.
1 minute to rejoin.
Okay.
To Seaview Orthopedics. They have a specially trained staff of board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians who specialize in general orthopedics, as well as joint replacement, sports medicine, arthritis care, physiatry, pain management, and pediatric orthopedics. They believe in earning the trust of their patients and their families, not only by providing the highest quality and leading-edge medical care, but also with sincere compassion. To find a location near you, visit SeaviewOrtho.com. This holiday season, head to Bum Rogers Crab House for their great entertainment and festivities. Don't miss their gift card sale from Black Friday through Christmas Eve. Just buy a $100 gift card and spend only $75. Stop in or shop online. A great gift for friends and family to use all year round. And Bums is continuing Restaurant Week through the winter. Every Friday and Saturday, enjoy a prix-fixe 3-course dinner for $32.18. That's Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, or visit BumRogersTavern.com.
For the latest high school football news, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Beach Radio, 1160, 1310, and MyBeachRadio.com.
Halftime today presented by the Jeep Store, Route 35 in Ocean Township, and at JeepStore.com. Get ready for any adventure at the Jeep Store. It's our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week, Thanksgiving Day edition 2018. We are at the half with Wall leading Manasquan by a score of 12-7. A fairly busy day, all things considered, with the Thanksgiving Day game starting to evaporate from the Shore Conference football scene, but some good ones around the Shore. Here to talk about that and all things Shore Conference football related, I throw it over to Ed Sarluca, who's head to the high ground upstairs in the box with our main man from ShoreSportsNetwork.com, Bob Batters.
Thank you, Matt. I am joined by our head football guy here, Bob Batters. We are up in the booth where Bob said it's just as cold. I disagree with him, but he put his gloves back on. But the band leader here has the window open. That doesn't help, that's for sure. But the booth, a lot different than the old days, huh, Bob? Did you ever see that old booth they had up here?
Yeah, I was in there a couple times. It's definitely a little bit different, a little nicer. It's windy up here, and there's no sun to help it out. But either way you slice it, it's cold.
Well, we've got 5 games in the Shore. Down each year. Seems the one game gets cut. Okay, of course, Manchester and Donovan Catholic played their Thanksgiving Day game on Friday earlier in the week with Donovan Catholic winning. By the way, they finished with a 7-3 record on the 2018 season. So I think they are set up. Let's discuss them first. They are set up for next year to take that next step. Would you agree?
Yeah, you'd have to say that. That's a team comprised primarily of juniors and sophomores, and there's also quite a bit of freshmen that see significant time for the Griffins. So from that standpoint, yeah, you got to like what they did. Last year they took some good steps going 4-6, and this year now, with 7 wins on the table, you got to like what they're doing and what they're building. Certainly it takes time, but they've done a very good job so far.
Yeah, Dan Curcione has done a nice job in his second year there, so they're a step away. I think they take the next step. Can they beat Modern Day and the RBCs? We'll see. When next year comes around, but I'm sure they'll work hard in the off season. Let's talk a little bit about this one. Hangover for Manasquan a little bit early in this contest.
Maybe a little early. I always talk to Manasquan head coach Jay Price about this, and he talks about how for them it's kind of easy for them to flip the page. These kids, it becomes a new season, into itself. Once that week of practice starts for Wall, and I'm sure it's the same thing for Wall getting ready for Manasquan. Crimson Knights haven't played a game, in 3 weeks since the first round of the South Jersey Group 3 playoffs. So they've been practicing every day with an eye on Manasquan. So maybe that's a factor, but you really saw the Warriors kick into the gear that last drive, some physical runs by Canyon Birch, playing a lot better up front, firing off the ball was something you really heard the coaches yelling at them, and 12-7 out the half. It's anyone's game at this point.
You were down on the field covering and filming, but Wall could have put this one away maybe and got that insurmountable 3-touchdown lead had Larkin caught that pass. That was a nicely thrown pass down the center of the field.
It's true. Wall was up 12-0, and really Manasquan couldn't get anything going offensively. Manasquan didn't get first down until that scoring drive. And you're right, it was a where was that? That was a third and 19 actually. So Wall looking for a big play, and they almost got it. That was a really nice pass from Dylan Ritchie. As you know, the ball today, that's like catching a rock out there. The thing is so hard, and Casey Larkin wasn't able to come down with that. But with his speed, he catches that. That might be a touchdown, right?
I had a chance to talk to Ritchie during one of the kickoffs following one of his touchdowns. I asked him if he's going with gloves or without gloves, whatever. He says he'd rather play without them, which he is doing, but he said he's got really no real good, solid feel for the football.
I can imagine so. When I have gloves on, it's hard for me to get a feel for the pen doing the stats. So for Dylan Ritchie, I imagine your hands are probably just numb at some point. What's it like to throw a football with a numb hand? It can't be too responsive when you're trying to get a grip out there. And I imagine the same thing for Ryan O'Leary out there from Manasquan. So, yeah, I mean, this is I think I saw that this is the coldest Thanksgiving on record in New Jersey. We're out here playing football. So, yeah, the elements are certainly a factor.
Well, look at it like this. We could be carrying a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah, that's true. They got their own problems over there.
So anyway, Long Branch struggling a little bit, although they're playing a good football team in Red Bank. They currently trail 14-12 at halftime.
Yeah, that was it was the last score I saw, 14-12. Red Bank. What did they do? They hit big plays, and that's exactly what they did. I think it was the first or second play of the game. Nigel Mitchell, 90-yard touchdown catch, and then Mekhi Mickens added a long touchdown later. Long Branch came back. Devin Blunt, interception, return for a touchdown. Then Mark Dennis with a touchdown run. So there we are. Close game. Not surprising. Those are 2 top 6 teams for sure. And it's Thanksgiving. As the old adage goes, kind of anything can happen when you're playing on Turkey Day. And that's a tight one over there.
Let me ask you your opinion. What is a bigger game for Long Branch? This one against Red Bank on Turkey Day, or the bowl game next week against Shawnee, in which they will play the last game of the high school football team season, 7 o'clock at MetLife?
That's a tough one. And I don't really know how they would answer that because the Thanksgiving game obviously is very important. It's the 96th meeting all time between Red Bank and Long Branch to play for the Ty Lewis Trophy, and that's a big deal to both of those communities, and certainly head coach Dan George, who has been at Long Branch forever and was an assistant coach under Ty Lewis at Red Bank. The bowl game is important. People are saying it doesn't mean anything. You're not playing for anything. You're not, but there's a pretty nice trophy that those teams get, and you're playing for bragging rights. You want to win your last game of the season. You want to say, hey, we were the best South Jersey team or whatever, North Jersey team in our group. Something that means something. I don't know. That's a tough question. I think each team probably answered that differently. The Thanksgiving game means a lot in that community, so maybe that means a little more. But when they're getting ready for practice and get ready for Shawnee, they're going to treat that like a huge game.
Yeah, they'll have a full week. They play, like I said, next Saturday, December 1st. Excuse me, 2 Saturdays, December 1st at 7 o'clock, which will be the last high school football game. They'll play that at MetLife Stadium. The other big one up there this weekend, this Saturday at 4 p.m., will be the non-public Group 3 championship between Modern Day Prep and RBC. It's a game that we have been longing for. Everybody in the Shore has been longing for. We're going to get it.
Yeah, you can make an argument. This is the most anticipated Shore Conference game, one of the most of all time, certainly in the playoff era. You have the number 1, number 2 teams in Shore. This is the first time 2 Shore Conference non-public schools have met in a state championship game since 1980, and that was a sectional final. That one was when it was broken down into South non-public A and B and so forth. This is an overall state championship, a group state championship, so we haven't had anything like this from that standpoint with 2 Shore Conference teams, especially of this caliber playing in a championship game. There's FBS recruits all over the field. For Modern Day, pair of Boston College bound players in Isaiah Henderson and Shataz Salah. Malik Ingram, he's not the best running back in the Shore. He's certainly top 3. And then on Red Bank Catholic side, Steve Lubisher, an outstanding quarterback going to Boston College. Notre Dame bound tight end Kevin Baum, who's only a junior. And there's so many more players on both sides of the ball. And I think this is going to be an outstanding game. Modern Day is battle tested recently, especially with that win over Paul. And Red Bank Catholic is undefeated. The only one beat in the Shore. So there's a lot of interesting storylines, a lot of interesting matchups, personnel-wise, that we're going to see on the field. And it should be a lot of fun. It's the stakes have never been higher.
Yeah, it's enough to make me get up there. As I told our listeners at halftime, we're not able to do anything on the radio or streamed up there because of the affiliation with NJ.com and New Jersey Live. They are doing all the playoff games. They have the primary rights to them. So, but we will definitely cover them. Myself and you definitely will be up there and anticipating watching some good football games. You mentioned Boston College quite a few times. It's interesting that some of these opponents on Saturday will be teammates next year.
Very interesting. You're right, with the 2 players from Modern Day and Salah and Henderson, and of course Steve Lubisher. A lot of wrinkles to that game. We also have 2 stepbrothers playing against each other, Jaden Key for Red Bank Catholic and Malik Ingram for Modern Day. So, again, it's a lot of fun to kind of take a deep dive into that game and the X's and O's and the other things like you mentioned, college players and the 2 stepbrothers against each other. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and whoever wins that one is a state champion and is the number 1 team in the Shore.
Don't forget Mr. Brown up there, who's doing a pretty good job at the QB spot now at Boston College.
Yeah, that's right. Anthony Brown, St. John Vianney alum, Matawan resident growing up. He's been outstanding for them, which has been great. And also Kenny Pickett from Ocean over at Pitt, Alex Thompson from Keyport has seen some time at Marshall. So 3 guys at the FBS level from the Shore playing quarterback. We haven't had that before, so it's pretty special. Nice to see how well they're representing our area.
A couple other games around the Shore this morning. Most of them started at 10 or 10:30. Toms River South off to a 2-touchdown lead over Lakewood in a game, 2-8 Toms River South and 1-9 Lakewood.
Yeah, and as you could predict, that game was a wild one going back and forth. As you mentioned, those teams had struggling years, but on Thanksgiving, you kind of throw all that stuff out the window. Right now, 32-19, Toms River South with 3:44 left in the first half So they're going back and forth. At one point, they scored 3 touchdowns in a span of 43 seconds between the two teams. Dante Morris rumbling on the ground. Sam Akinlolu, 3 touchdowns on the ground for the Indians. So who knows what that final score is going to look like when we're flipping through the results at the end.
99th time those two have played. The word around the buzz around the shore and especially around Tom's River is that maybe they get to 100 and then think about disbanding that game and playing it at another time.
Well, that's kind of been the talk around these 5 remaining Thanksgiving games is that their days are numbered. And even with this game, Manasquan head coach Jay Price has kind of been saying that's what he's been hearing. This could be the last one. I don't know if it will be. I think once the playoff system eventually gets in place where we have overall state champions, then that comes into play. But you're right, 99th meeting. I think they'll get to 100 next year, which is an awesome milestone. And the same thing can be said for that Red Bank Palm Branch game. This is the 96th, so they would only have to play, a few more to get to 100. So hopefully they can last that long and get to those milestones.
The constitution of the state has to be changed in order for the football playoffs to be expanded to play out to a one overall champion. I believe only New York and New Jersey are the only 2 states that don't play it all the way out, right?
Yeah, I believe it's Article 9 in the Constitution. I don't remember what number it is, to be honest, but it says that you cannot play down to state champions, which is weird because
it's an archaic rule, isn't it?
Non-public schools play down to state champions already in the non-public, so I don't know. It's got to get changed. We have to get down to where we play to a state championship. It's kind of ridiculous. I remember hearing a lot of college coaches joking. Every recruit they get from New Jersey is wearing some state championship varsity jacket. Like, how do all you guys win a state title? When you have 24 sectional championships, to me it really dilutes what it means to be a state champ. So, we're halfway there. There's got to be some tweaks, but I think eventually we get to that point.
When you talk about playing out a championship all the way out, as you mentioned, you got to get rid of the Thanksgiving Day game. Maybe you take the bye weeks away so that you don't go too long into the season. But, for one more week to play after December, this year it's December 1st, the last day of high school football. I mean, I don't think to have a couple of teams playing on December 7th and 8th would make that much of a difference, to the winter sports. That's one of the arguments that the season carries over and it hurts the athletes that are playing in the winter sports. But if you did away with the bye and Thanksgiving, then you could go back to December 1st and everybody be done.
You could do that. Another option is starting the season a little bit earlier. I know people don't like doing that also because the kids go on in school, but they're going to figure out some way to do it. It's going to happen. I'd be very surprised if all of a sudden we just stop at this point or we go back to just playing sectional championship. So, you're right, either tack one on at the end, start a week earlier, but we'll get there.
Your plans for the next 2 weeks?
Well, certainly Saturday I'll be up at MetLife Stadium for the non-public 3 championship between Mater Dei and Red Bank Catholic, and then that following Saturday I'll be up there as well. Rumson Fairhaven against Woodrow Wilson in the Group 3 bowl game, and then Long Branch and Shawnee in the Group 4 bowl game. Rumson game at 1, Long Branch game at 7. Should be fun up there at MetLife, and you've really seen some great football because when you get down to this point, they're all really, really good teams left.
So how does Jerry Schulte and his Rumson Bulldog staff handle Thanksgiving? Well, he has made the trip down to Camden to watch Camden and Woodrow Wilson. That's not a pleasant trip.
I'll tell you what, don't say to get to the bowl game doesn't mean something to those guys, because to go out there and scout on Thanksgiving and try to get some information on your opponent when you could be home, relaxing. That's why they're sectional champions. That's why that's one of the best, not the best coaching staff in the Shore. So much respect for what those guys do. Real quick on that game, incredible. 42-35 over Somerville. They stopped that high-powered offense. Really didn't stop it, but were able to neutralize it by keeping the ball forever. Alex Mulgin, 49 carries. That offensive line was incredible. One of the best championship games I've ever seen, considering what they had to do and how much, how well they executed it. It was really awesome.
So unlike Rumson to win a game like that. Usually it's a one-touchdown game, as far as them giving up one touchdown. They usually do it with defense. They've done their previous 6 championships with defense, tremendous defense. For them to score 42 points, amazing.
Yeah, and that was really the lead of my story, in that Rumson, in the past when they've won their championships, all of them, it's been because they've had a shutdown defense. So many of those times they went up against a high-powered offense and shut them down and just did enough on offense to win. This time was the opposite. The offense said, okay, we got it, and they were unstoppable. So they certainly flipped their own script from that standpoint, but I don't think they care. Sectional title number 6, 5th in the last 6 years. They are a dynasty. No two other ways to put it.
Yeah, Jerry Schulte has picked right up taking over that program the last few years and done nothing but win championships. Bob, thank you very much. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Where are you today?
My brother-in-law's house, going over right after the game, so it's close to Brick, so we'll be right down the road and enjoying some football.
Now, is it true you were up early making what?
I had a bunch of stuff. I was making some cheesecakes last night, some mashed potatoes in the morning. I got my homemade mac and cheese for the kids, so yeah, you got to, sometimes I wear many hats, so.
A true father, and on Thanksgiving, and back on the good side of the wife after a tough Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last week.
I still got some making up to do, but like the playoffs, I'll get there eventually.
Now, listen, as he will learn, you can get yourself in less trouble if you're out of the house than if you're in the house. Keep working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah,
all the time.
When those games were postponed, to Saturday and Sunday, we were on Bob as far as. Plus, on top of that, Matt, it was his wife's birthday right in the middle of it, right? Saturday. I made a comment to her, on Facebook. I said, what's wrong with this picture? I'm spending your birthday with your husband.
Again, the more Bob's around, the worse his situation will get.
Thanks a lot, Bob. And Matt, back to you.
All right, let's take a timeout here. Great job talking all things Shore Conference. Our main man, Bob Batters, who is the best in the business at shoresportsnetwork.com. Don't forget to download the Shore Sports Network app as well. It is halftime, which is coming to a close over the course of the next few minutes. We'll step out here. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, get you reset for the start of quarter number 3. It's Wall 12, Manasquan 7. Thanksgiving Day football here in the Shore Sports Network.
It's season savings time at Seabreeze Ford in Wall Township. Your local Ford dealer is in a giving mood. With payments as low as $159 a month on the best-in-class Escape, you can take advantage of a no-money-down lease on the stylish 2018 Explorer and America's best full-size pickup, the Ford F-150. Or get in the spirit with a certified pre-owned Ford from the Shore's best selection. 'Tis the season for savings at Seabreeze Ford. Route 35 Wall Township or online at seabreezeford.com.
You'll love this. Macy's Black Friday Superbuys are back, and they're awesome. Find incredible savings on furniture, mattresses, and rugs. Lounge out on a Lodi or Bernata sofa, your choice, $399. Sleep in on a Monroe or Canyon Queen bed, your choice, $279. Or get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases over $599. Hurry in for Black Friday furniture, mattress, and rug Superbuys now through November 24th at Macy's. Savings off regular prices, exclusions apply.
Hey, Chrissy, where can I score my best deal on a new set of wheels?
Searching? Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall. During the fall sales blitz, they're hitting the competition hard, knocking down prices, payments, and financing rates on a huge lineup of new Nissans and Kias.
What if my credit's out of shape?
Don't sweat it. When the blitz is on, their only job is to say yes with credit approval in 15 minutes or less. Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall, where we work hard to make car buying easy.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Trying to figure out what's next after high school or community college? Georgian Court University is ready to help. Sign up now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit. Learn about the college experience. Discover what a degree from GCU can do for you. Whether you are just out of high school or if you're an adult learner looking to transfer, GCU is the place to expand possibility. Take that first step. Make GCU your place. Register now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit.
The word is out.
1 minute.
Spread at the Melting Pot every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Melting Pot. It's not your ordinary brunch. Check this out. Delicious Alpine Benedict fondue, French toast fondue, buttermilk chicken and waffles, mouth-watering sandwiches, burrata melon salad, and if you're 21 or older, enjoy a complimentary mimosa. Yes, it's brunch and it's on. The Melting Pot, now open every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Located in the Galleria, 2 Bridge Avenue, Red Bank. Book your experience today.
36-month lease with approved credit through TFS Corolla 5189 or RAV 44988 to a signing. $0 security deposit. Excludes tax tag title 439 doc fee 10K miles per year. Ends 11/30/2018.
Get it all at Gateway Gateway Toyota.
Black Friday is here at Gateway Toyota. Drive new 2019 Corolla LE CVT or 2018 RAV4 LE. Your choice, just $99 a month.
Get it all at Gateway Toyota.
Toms River GatewayToyota.com.
For the latest high school football news, visit shoresportsnetwork.com. Beach Radio, 1160, 1310, and mybeachradio.com.
Hey, football fans, did you know that Moe's Southwest Grill caters? They deliver the ultimate Southwest experience, plus every order comes with free chips and salsa. Order today at Moe's.com or visit Moe's of Toms River in the Kohl's Shopping Center. Alongside Ed Sarluca, I'm Matt Harmon, our entire crew of the Shore Sports Network, trying to keep you warm and toasty on your Thanksgiving now starting to become afternoon. We are looking forward to the second half getting back up and going. We are just waiting for Manasquan and Wall to head out of the locker room. Bob Batters with some great information there from Ed Sarluca. Run through a couple of other scoring updates for you. Long Branch has jumped on top of Red Bank Regional now 19-14. Also in the Toms River South Lakewood game, it's 32-20 in favor of South. Neptune has a 7-0 advantage on Asbury Park. That one heading into the fourth. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours as you listen to us here on 1160, 1310 WOBM, My Beach Radio, and streaming live as we like to do at shoresportsnetwork.com. Good football game going on right now, 12-7 between Wall and Manasquan. Teams are starting to gather in the end zone off to my right, so we will get ourselves back up and ready for some football action. This is the 19th time that these two teams have played one another. The series tied overall at 9. Manasquan winning last year's edition, snapping what was a 3-game winning streak for Wall overall. And certainly the competitive balance of this game has been very impressive since these teams started playing on Thanksgiving Day. They had played not necessarily every year, sometimes divisional opponents, sometimes they would not play at all, but this series starting at the beginning part of the 2000s with much fanfare. That was the long win streak that Manasquan had going that Wall was able to break. There's been years where both teams have been at the top of their divisions playing for state championships. There's been other years where one team has been good, one team has struggled, but seemingly these games are on the competitive side. Wall making their way back onto the field. We'll wait for a second and have Ed grab head coach Tony Grandinetti talk about the Wall perspective of things. Ed, take it away.
I got him, Matt. Coach, great start to this one. Took advantage of the wind, took advantage of your good kickoff, and Larkin over 100 yards already in the first half.
Yeah, we came out fast. We definitely, we were excited. Those 20 days, they were all built up. So we were excited to get out here, and we started pretty good.
They seem to get it going a little bit with Birch carrying the football. He's a great runner, and the turnover really hurts you to get him back into the game.
Yeah, the turnovers kill us, and we talked about that at halftime. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have any bad penalties. But we knew Birch ran tough, and he's a strong runner.
Okay, probably the most important decision you're going to have to make today. Do you kick into the wind, or do you take it in the fourth quarter, or do you take it in the third?
We're going to have the wind in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so that means you will kick into the wind. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There's your answer, Matt.
And that certainly is, and I think you just summed it up pretty well there. That is a pretty key part of this football game.
Yes,
you saw Manasquan do the opposite in the first half, give Wall the wind in that first quarter. Here, Tony Grandinetti has elected to let Manasquan have it in the third quarter and take it in the fourth quarter should his team need to throw the football.
Exactly.
So Manasquan heading out of their locker room area. Wall in the all-white uniforms. This will conclude our 2018 football coverage here on the Shore Sports Network in terms of live broadcast on the radio, and with our video stream, you can find coverage of all of those bowl games and Saturday's state playoff championship between Mater Dei Prep and Red Bank Catholic. Follow along at shoresportsnetwork.com. Download our mobile app, which is a great resource for all things high school football, and then obviously postseason awards will follow. Manasquan back on. The 3-minute timer is up and going. Katie will step out for just a 2-minute break here. We'll come back and get the third quarter up and going. Wall and Manasquan, the second half, coming up in 2 minutes on the Shore Sports Network.
If you need orthopedic care, turn to Seaview Orthopedics. They have a specially trained staff of board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians who specialize in general orthopedics, as well as joint replacement, sports medicine, arthritis care, physiatry, pain management, and pediatric orthopedics. They believe in earning the trust of their patients and their families, not only by providing the highest quality and leading-edge medical care, but also with sincere compassion. To find a location near you, visit SeaviewOrtho.com. This holiday season, head to Bum Rogers Crab House for their great entertainment and festivities. Don't miss their gift card sale from Black Friday through Christmas Eve. Just buy a $100 gift card and spend only $75. Stop in or shop online. A great gift for friends and family to use all year round. And Bums is continuing Restaurant Week through the winter. Every Friday and Saturday, enjoy a prix-fixe 3-course dinner for $32.18. That's Bum Rogers Crab House in South Seaside Park, or visit bumrogerstavern.com.
Hey, Chrissy, where can I score my best deal on a new set of wheels?
Searching? Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall. During the fall sales blitz, they're hitting the competition hard, knocking down prices, payments, and financing rates on a huge lineup of new Nissans and Kias.
What if my credit's out of shape?
Don't sweat it. When the blitz is on, their only job is to say yes with credit approval in 15 minutes or less. Samsung Junior's 66 Auto Mall, where we work hard to make car buying easy.
Ready to take the next step in your career? Trying to figure out what's next after high school or community college? Georgian Court University is ready to help. Sign up now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit. Learn about the college experience. Discover what a degree from GCU can do for you. Whether you are just out of high school or if you're an adult learner looking to transfer, GCU is the place to expand possibility. Take that first step. Make GCU your place. Register now for a campus visit or info session at georgian.edu/visit.
Your home for high school football. Beach Radio, 1160, 1310, and mybeachradio.com.
Thanksgiving Day football here on My Beach Radio, 1160, 1310 a.m. and SureSportsNetwork.com with the video stream. Vin Ebido has headed up to his perch up top. He might have the hardest job today because it is cold anywhere, but it is even colder when you are, 30, 40 feet high in the air. Ed Sarluca roaming the sideline, Tom Tremblay and Greg Lerner inside. Matt Harmon welcoming you back here for the second half of football. Wall set to kick off. They will kick into the wind. Squib kick set up. Takes that high second bounce. Fallen on by Manasquan, who will get pretty good field position. Tyler Callahan able to field it. Big Blue football at their own 41-yard line. They trail Wall 12-7. A first half that moved pretty fast.
You know, Matt, when you face a win like this in these conditions, it just changes your whole outlook on the football game. You could see that kickoff was squibbed, and Manasquan getting the ball on their own 40-yard line. Great field position.
3 receiver set. O'Leary under center. Birch getting the pitch off the left side. Hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Late
flag coming in. Larkin up to make the tackle. And I thought you were going to finish that sentence with, in weather like this, it makes you reevaluate whether or not you want to be outside anymore.
Yeah. Well, I could guarantee you in about an hour and a half, I'll be inside for the rest of the day. It'll start with a car ride to Woodbridge, and it'll end with about 6 hours of eating.
Holding penalty on Manasquan thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and late, too. Very late for a hold penalty.
So it will back up the Big Blue to their own 31-yard line. John Mullen, our referee today. Pendergist and Callahan splitting out in a slot receiver combination to the right side of the formation. Draw play for Birch. Hard running for Canyon Birch this time off the right side. Several Wall players in on that tackle. Grant Faharic leading the way, number 56. Good opportunity right off the jump here in this third quarter with that penalty for Wall to see if they can get the football back. They'd like nothing more than to limit possessions for Manasquan while they have the wind. See here on second down and long if the Crimson Knights can hold again. Manasquan play action. They'll take to the air. Long throw from O'Leary. Looking for Penner, just step-for-step coverage by Dylan Ritchie, and a flag was thrown. That may have been the most questionable call of the day on what will be a pass interference.
Wow, Ritchie wasn't even near the receiver. He was about 2 yards behind him. If it is, in fact, a pass interference penalty. No, I think he's going to wave it off, Matt. Didn't he?
I don't think so, Ed.
No?
They're marching it off right now.
Was it a pass interference or a personal foul? No, I didn't see it. I'll try to get clarification for you, Matt. Did you see the call?
Did not. It's not an automatic first down either. See if you can get that for us, Ed, because I did not get it. Only thing I can think of would be
it was in fact pass interference.
Okay. Thought that's automatic first down normally. Draw play for Birch up the middle. He will now get Manasquan a first down. That might be one of the most curious pass interference calls we've seen in a while. Looked like Ritchie had pretty good coverage. Keep in mind that in that first half where Wall scored twice, they missed an extra point kicking, went for two, and missed that also. Two minutes into our third quarter. O'Leary this time will come up under center. I formation. Give us to Birch off the left side. Tripped up as he crossing the plane of the line of scrimmage. Dean Terry on the tackle. We'll leave Manasquan with second down and 8. Penner just this time will split shorts out of the field. Ball on the left hash mark. O'Leary, little roll. He's got Callahan who will make the catch at the 40-yard line. Comes forward to around the 38. Will be close to a first down. Looks like it'll be third and a workable one here for Manasquan as they move a little deeper into Wall territory, just outside the Crimson Knight 38-yard line. Wall coming into this one at 5-3 overall. Have not played for 3 weeks. Manasquan losing in the sectional championship a week ago. Scooby Tuttles gets the carry. Quick hitter out of that fullback spot, and he will move forward to the 34-yard line and move the chains for Manasquan. Manasquan breaking from the huddle here with a 3-receiver package. John Foreman will go as a stand-up receiver. Birch has got that draw play again. Takes it to the 30-yard line. Gain there of about 4. A lot of momentum for this Manasquan team, who will try and finish up this season at 9-2. Their only losses on the year, a 41-0 defeat at Modern Day Prep, and the game last week up at Hillside. I formation again. Birch this time gets the carry, hit in the backfield. Ball popping out late. Wall says they have it. Referees confirming, and it's Crimson Knight football. Well, that's something you won't see all that often. A Canyon Birch fumble on what looked like it could have been a scoring drive for Manasquan as they were working down inside the Wall 30-yard line. Wall will take it back over at their own 29. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. It's still Wall 12 and Manasquan 7. Wall had that turnover in the first half that led to a Manasquan score. See what will take place here. It's Larkin running off the left side. Breaks the plane of the 30. Gets to the 31-yard line. See if we've got any other scoring updates for you. After 3, Long Branch has opened up a bigger lead on Red Bank, 33-14. Haven't heard anything other than end of the third quarter where Neptune was leading Asbury by a score of 7-0. Last check, the 2 Middletown schools were tied at 7. Little zone read here for Dylan Ritchie. Manasquan fooled on the option, and Ritchie will take it. Looked like he was going to be in Manasquan territory. Must have stepped out of bounds around the Wall 45.
We got to see the point of attack, sir.
Good mix of players wearing short sleeve or long sleeve. Temperature in the 20s today. Ritchie, there's the zone read again. Birch up. He'll slow the progress of Ritchie and then get a helping hand from Alec Wells, number 62. 1 yard gain. 6:15 remaining now in this third quarter. We talked about the importance of who's going to get the football and when. If anything, Wall has done a good job of keeping it away from Manasquan in this quarter that they've got the win. Direct snap going to Larkin. Runs through one tackle, cuts back left side. He's got a first down and more. Delivers a stiff arm to Pendergist. 2 good football players, Casey Larkin on the Wall side, James Pendergist on the Manasquan side. Larkin just a sophomore, part of a real young skill player position. You've got Larkin, you've got Sasso, guys that'll be coming back. The quarterback position will be one for Wall to figure out next year, as Dylan Ritchie is a senior. Logan Peters, who plays a lot of receiver and defense for this team, is listed as a quarterback. He might be the heir apparent. First down now and 10 for Wall. There's movement from Wall in the offensive backfield. Penalties have been an issue for the Crimson Knights with 5:47 in the third quarter. We've been missing Ed for the last couple of minutes. We're continuing to have, because of some cold weather, some battery issues. I think we've gone to the auxiliary unit, and the coach has moved upstairs here in the box. Here's the pitch to Larkin, running left and gets knocked out of bounds. Shane Letty, the outside linebacker, leading the charge. Loss there of a couple.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Ed. Let's call it a headset, Ed. It's not something that you're used to very often.
No, not at all. But my batteries have the cold weather. I said it in the first half. They killed the batteries, and I guess we could say the old Boy Scout rule, we were not prepared, but I went through 3 batteries already.
Yeah. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail, Ed. It's rule of thumb.
So anyway, I'll spend the rest of this half up here with you, Matt.
5 minutes to go, third quarter. Richie looks over the defense. He'll motion Larkin. Larkin drops the football. I think he was able to fall back on it. That a indictment of the weather, as Larkin normally extremely sure-handed. Third down now and long for Wall.
So Birch turnover, right? As I was working up here, I saw that at the corner of my eye. That got Wall the ball back. They have done what they set out to do, Matt, and that's
kill the clock.
Eat up the third quarter with the wind in their face.
Third down now, let's call it about 19. Shotgun here for Richie. Has time, steps, throws, looking. He's got Galos who makes a catch.
Wow.
What a grab by Mike Galos. Was getting dragged down as he had to adjust back to the football a little bit. Galos, the 6-foot junior receiver, with the biggest catch of the day for Wall.
Tremendous catch and tremendous throw by Richie.
Galos this time will split left. Kofer off to the right side with Powers as a stand-up receiver this time. Larkin motioning out of the backfield. Richie's going to run. Hit in the backfield, dropped in the backfield. D'Antone, the first man on the scene in blue, and then several other Manasquan players coming up to make the tackle. Dylan Ritchie a little slow to get up and is limping off the field right now.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Let's see if they go to a wildcat here.
Would seem to be their best option. Logan Peters, who I just mentioned, is a backup quarterback, but in these wildcat formations, he's actually been the one who's been calling the play and then letting Larkin get the snap.
That is the case now.
Trips off to the right side. It's Larkin running left. It's Larkin running hard. Tripped up around the 15-yard line, where Wall will have it now third down and just about 4.
Boy, Larkin runs hard, Matt. I mean, he is a good-looking back. You don't see many sophomores carry the football like he does at such a high velocity and rate of speed. He's going to be a great football player for Wall in the next 2 years.
2:20 remaining. Larkin out of that wildcat, calls his own number and keeps it. Gets grabbed by Jack Fabian, the middle linebacker. No gain on the play, and now on 4th and 4 with 2 minutes remaining. Richie hopping, half limping back down the sideline, seeing if he can get himself back in the football game. Certainly not the spot for a field goal today with the wind whipping around.
Richie is back in, Matt.
So Wall will go for it here on what is 4th and 4.
What do you figure, just a Charlie horse? Or I mean, that was a quick recovery.
Yeah, I don't know. Rolled an ankle real quick.
Yeah.
Galos and Peters off to the right side. Richie wants to roll to his right and will. Stops, throws, looks to the end zone. Floating ball up in the air. Intercepted by Tuttles. Taken to the 20-yard line, running forward 25. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. The interception for Manasquan with 1:24 remaining in the third quarter. And the Big Blue with another Wall turnover, their second of the day, avoiding a Wall score.
Huge play by Scooby Tuttles, the Manasquan senior. He's looking for Powers in the corner of the end zone there, Richie was. Just underthrew him.
3-step drop. Pass to the outside is dropped for Petter, just who was the intended target. We'll stop the clock with 1:20 remaining in this third.
You won't see him drop too many passes. It was about a 3-yard out right there. Looking for yards after catch. Richie, by the way, also in there on defense, is limping a little bit. Might have been an ankle, as you said. Remember, Wall has missed their 2 extra points, so Manasquan within a touchdown.
5-step drop here. This is lofted down the far sideline. Petter just again trying to run past Richie.
Pender just is the guy he looks to 90% of the time. He is the go-to guy in the pass game for O'Leary.
Brings up a 3rd down now and 10 with 1:14 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's 12-7 in favor of Wall.
You could now see by those last 2 plays how Manasquan has had to adjust their game plan here. They like to run it, but the last 2 throws downfield with the wind at their back.
Play action again. Over the middle, intercepted, picked off by Powers. I'm not sure if O'Leary just didn't see him, but he left it right up there for Tanner Powers, who's a big outside linebacker. That was about as easy as an interception as you'll see.
Yeah, it was just a zone coverage drop, nice drop right in the middle of the field for Powers. Richie couldn't find him in the end zone, but O'Leary did over the middle. So Wall gets it back almost where they turned it over.
Say a tad surprised that Manasquan elected to throw on 1st and 2nd down there.
Well, as I said, you adjust your game plan because of the wind. You know you're not going to be able to throw it too effectively when the quarter switches, and that'll be in 1:06. Wall would like nothing but to run this 3rd quarter out.
At the 33-yard line, Richie wants to throw. He'll look. He's got Galos open at the 5-yard line. Another big catch for Mike Galos, who's able to haul it down. That's a 28-yard completion. Ball right to the line of scrimmage here, trying to go quick.
Masonius fell down on that play there, the corner.
Quarterback draw for Richie to the goal line. Ball popped out. Manasquan says they have it.
I saw Galos jump into the pile there, but he gets up without the football. But Manasquan will Wall will retain possession.
Certainly a dangerous moment there for Wall. They'll mark it at the 2-yard line.
Yep. With 20 seconds and running here, so this could very easily be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Richie and Larkin in the backfield together. Galos and Peters off to the right side. Here's Richie, zone read. Goes to the end zone. That's a touchdown for Wall. 18-7. Wall will kick the extra point.
No problem with the ankle there. Nice zone read. He read the defensive end. Basically walks into the end zone. Sprints into the end zone, I should say.
Riesco on to kick the extra point. Wall so far today 0 of 2 on extra points. This is blocked. Make it 0 for 3.
It's 2 kicks Riesco has missed. After the 2nd touchdown, they did try to go for 2 and came up about a half a yard short. So 18-7 still makes it a 2-score game, Matt.
Final score, Neptune beats Asbury Park 7-6.
Wow. Nice win for Neptune. Asbury was a playoff team, won their 1st round game in the playoffs.
Long Branch continuing to lead Red Bank 33-14. With that touchdown, Wall has taken an 18-7 advantage. Kickoff coming here should be, or could be, the final part of this 3rd quarter.
That's the only negative thing that happened on that touchdown is they have to kick into the wind. They scored too quick. But I'm sure they'll take the touchdown. Last time they tried to squib it and they kicked it to about the Manasquan 40-yard line.
Riesco to kick. pooches it. Free football, big hit, and Pender just able to fall on it. Matt McCann, number 28 for Manasquan, tried to catch it and then just got bombed by Brady McNally. McNally just ran right through McCann. That takes us to the end of the third quarter. Should be a fun fourth. We step out here for a quick 60 seconds. 18-7 in favor of Wall. We're back with more high school football on the Shore Sports Network.
It's season savings time at Seabreeze
Dale.
How long is that break again?
Is in a giving mood with payments as low as $150
60
on
seconds.
the best-in-class Escape.
Okay, thanks.
Of a no money down lease on the stylish 2018 Explorer and America's best full-size pickup, the Ford F-150. Or get in the spirit with a certified pre-owned Ford from the Shore's best selection. 'Tis the season for savings at Seabreeze Ford. Route 35 Wall Township or online at SeabreezeFord.com.
Take out the battery.
If you need orthopedic care, turn to Seaview Orthopedics. They have a specially trained staff of board-certified and fellowship-trained physicians who specialize in general orthopedics, as well as joint replacement, sports medicine, arthritis care, physiatry, pain management, and pediatric orthopedics. They believe in earning the trust of their patients and their families, not only by providing the highest quality and leading-edge medical care, but also with sincere compassion. To find a location near you, visit SeaviewOrtho.com.
For the latest high school football news, visit ShoreSportsNetwork.com. Beach Radio, 1160, 1310, and MyBeachRadio.com.
Fourth quarter up and going. Manasquan's got the football after the kickoff. First down run into the line, and the Big Blue trying to go quick here out of a Wildcat look. Birch going to throw the football. He's got his quarterback open. O'Leary will make the catch. Nobody covering him at all. If he can catch that in stride, he's into the end zone. Regardless, Manasquan will get a first down out of it and move into Wall territory at the Crimson Knight 41-yard line.
Well, we haven't seen all of Manasquan's football games, but I'm sure he hasn't thrown it too many times, Birch.
He's going to line up again with O'Leary going wide. Receiver right again.
That's now Wall covers O'Leary.
Birch trying to pick a spot off the left side, hit in the backfield and dropped by Powers. Our Jersey Mike's Game of the Week on the Shore Sports Network, powered by Jersey Mike's. Order Jersey Mike's for your game day party. Even if your team doesn't win, your mouth will. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Well, trailing by 2 scores here. Manasquan's plan right now is to get on the board quickly with their second touchdown.
Birch wanting to throw again. In the backfield, Pender just hit, dropped, ball popped out. Wall says they have it. They'll see if they're going to rule him down. Crimson Knights definitely come out with it, and it will be Wall football. Pender just took a big hit from about 3 white jerseys.
Guess who? Mr. Powers came up with that fumble.
This has been an inspired football team in Wall right from the get-go.
So Powers with the big interception and now the fumble recovery have stopped 2 Manasquan drives. This one in Manasquan territory.
And this is a chance here, Ed, for Wall to kind of deliver the knockout blow.
Yep. They'd like nothing but Larkin now to eat up a couple of first downs here and get this game into the 5 or 6 minute mark.
Middletown South holds off Middletown North to win 10-7. Second final of the day in. Larkin on the carry gets to the 45-yard line. Final as Long Branch beats Red Bank 33-14.
Wow, they trailed 14-12 at halftime there. Long Branch is a good football team with Jermaine Corbett and Mark Dennis directing the offense. As you mentioned in the first half, they will play Shawnee. 5 and 6 Shawnee. Shawnee playing this morning against Lenape.
Zone read for Ritchie off the left side. He's got a first down, bouncing his way down to the 35-yard line. Go figure that. Shawnee, a really good program, but
came into the playoffs 2-5.
Unbelievable, right?
2-6, I should say. 2-6 got themselves into the playoffs as the number 4 seed in South Jersey Group 4. Beat Clearview in a 17-14 final score in the finals to win their South Jersey championship. Play Lenape today, Thanksgiving Day clash, and then Long Branch next week.
On the snap, Larkin the handoff. Gets to the 35-yard line. Right now, Wall content to keep running the clock.
Ritchie runs that zone read very well. He's done so today with the threat of him keeping it outside and Larkin getting the ball. Been pretty effective, the run game for Wall today. Crowd starting to thin out just a hair. Those early Thanksgiving Day.
Ritchie wanted
leaders.
to throw down towards the goal line, looking for Kofer. Diving catch that he can't hang on to. Was right there for it. It will fall incomplete, and it will stop the clock with 7:56 remaining, an 18-7 advantage for Wall.
I'll tell you, just about every one of Ritchie's passes today, Matt, have been right on the money. Even the ones that have been incomplete have either been dropped or not handled by the receivers. He's thrown the ball very well. 7:56, of course, the incomplete stops the clock. Ball's on the 35-yard line, so are they in 4-down territory? Probably.
I would think. Let's see if they go back to the ground here. McNally is checked in. Ritchie wants to throw. Heaves it, looking for Galos. Tuttles almost intercepted it. It falls incomplete inside the 10. Stops the clock again with 7:48 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about those two incompletions. They are going to punt it, by the way, on their own 35-yard line. Play field position. Tuttle's strictly man-to-man that time. Now he's got to angle this. Manasquan putting nobody deep, so he's got to angle this out of bounds. If he gets it inside the 10, he'll be successful.
He does angle it towards the sideline.
Great.
Does get it down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to stop it around the 11 or 12. One other game that's still in progress, turning out to be a pretty good football game. 32-28, Toms River South leading Lakewood.
Wow.
And at one point, South led 32-14, so 2 touchdowns in a row for Lakewood.
As I mentioned at halftime, 1-9 Lakewood, 2-8 Toms River South. So probably playing a pretty good football game, offensively at least.
O'Leary this time will work out of the shotgun. Wants to throw. Flares it high for Foreman. Incomplete.
Ritchie still limping out there, limping around out there on defense. Seems to turn it up every now and then when the football's in his hands.
19th game on Thanksgiving between these two teams. The series dead even at 9 aside.
Of course, these two teams, Matt, as you know, did play prior to Thanksgiving, right? When they started their Thanksgiving Day tradition.
And not every year, though, which is strange.
Conference years.
Quick pass to the outside. Riley Callahan will make the catch. Step out of bounds around the 18-yard line. There's a flag that was thrown. This is going to be a procedure penalty on Manasquan. Will negate the completion.
Callahan, grandson, Matt?
No.
No? Okay. Callahan's on the roster, as a matter of fact, for Manasquan.
Ball will be marched back here inside the 10 with that procedure penalty. 2nd and 15 coming for Manasquan, who have made things even more difficult.
Yeah. Wind still whipping out of the northwest in Manasquan's face.
O'Leary from the shotgun. Another flag coming. This is going to be another procedure penalty against Manasquan.
Yeah, that's going to put it on about the 4-yard line.
Big Blue right now going the wrong direction. Do need to try and get something done quickly.
Right now they'll settle for a first down as it is 2nd and about 20.
O'Leary back under center. Quick pass to the outside. Pender just catches it right at the line of scrimmage. Little bubble screen set up, and he'll step out of bounds around the 6-yard line. It's been a frustrating day, and really from the outset for Manasquan.
Yep, fell behind early, 12-0 early in the first quarter. Wall put up 2 touchdowns. Fought back to trail 12-7 at halftime, but it's been all Wall in this second half.
3rd down, let's call it 17. Play action for O'Leary, looking for Pendergist.
Nice job.
Broke it up by Ritchie, who had step-for-step coverage.
O'Leary goes to the go-to guy, Pendergist, but Ritchie, as you said, step by step in the man coverage. Manasquan will have to punt it as Pendergist is 8 yards deep in his own end zone.
Pressure coming. Pender just hangs it in the air. Stopped and downed at the 30-yard line. Short field to work with for Wall. And with 6:59 remaining in this fourth quarter, the Crimson Knights already leading 18-7. Have a chance here to perhaps add to that lead. And if at the very minimum, kill some more of the clock. Toyota World of Lakewood, your Jersey Shore dealer, is the exclusive auto sponsor of our game of the week. They are Toyota World of Lakewood on the border of Brick and Lakewood. Shop them 24/7 at lakewoodtoyota.com. Ritchie and Larkin, the combination in the backfield for Wall. Give is to Larkin, who spins his way forward, stopped just shy of the 25-yard line for a gain of about 5.
Tramp for Larkin. Yep. He'll have to exit the game.
McNally coming back in.
Trainer goes to work on Larkin. You want him in the game here in the last few minutes.
Dale McNally, the junior backup. This is a good group that Wall's got in the skill positions. They've got some depth at these positions. McNally getting the carry here.
Looked like a face mask,
yeah,
and it was.
Dragged down around the 20-yard line, plus a face mask coming on top of it. This will be a first down for Wall.
Well, unless it's a 5-yarder.
It'll still be a first down.
Yeah. Personal foul, so that'll be a 15-yarder, or in this case, a half the distance. So that'll move it to about the 11-yard line. So Larkin, the young sophomore, has got a lot of body to put some weight on, Matt. 20, 25 pounds coming into his junior year without losing any speed.
Checks back into the game here.
Yeah, it was just a cramp, and they stretched it out for him on the sideline.
Peters and Galos this time off to the left. The give is to Larkin, bouncing off the first tackle. Takes it down inside the 10 to around the 9-yard line. It'll be second down and just about 7 for Wall. We are down to 5.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
Quick moving football game, Matt.
Take it.
Yeah. I think this is the first year, Matt, that I did not get stuck in the pre-parade, the Manasquan parade through town. I diverted, took a alternate route.
Toms River South has scored again in their game. They lead it now 39-28. A lot of points in that football game. Larkin working his way down to about the 5-yard line. Fabian, the middle linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be third down and just about 4 here for Wall.
Easily their best offensive performance of the season, Toms River South.
Well, the long layoff has certainly not done anything but help Wall. A fresh and rested team coming in. Third down and 4. Penalty flags will fly.
It's been the only negative aspect of their game today. A few motion penalties, and especially inside the red zone. It's about 4 of them.
I will admit to not knowing the answer to this, Ed, but in some of our pregame conversations, the conversation revolving around whether or not this Thanksgiving Day game would continue past this year, depending on how conferences get realigned and redone.
And, of course, the chance of the playoffs being adjusted. In order for that to happen, Thanksgiving would have to be done away with.
Larkin out of the Wildcat, running right, gets back the penalty and then some.
I think he put the ball on the carpet, though. And the ball definitely came loose because Larkin got up without the ball.
Was recovered by Wall, though.
They've gotten a few of them back.
I think for any of these Thanksgiving Day games, we talked about the real long-running ones, the Toms River South and Lake Woods, the Red Bank, and Long Branch, Asbury, Neptune. To me, it does have meaning to play it on Thanksgiving. But as long as those teams can continue their continuity of playing year in and year out,
does it
mean
the same?
I'd rather see a better playoff system.
That time, Manasquan will get it.
It's a fumbled football that Manasquan comes away with. One last chance here for the Big Blue with 2:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. They trail 18-7, so Wall cannot get that final touchdown on the board. That would have put this one out of reach. Stranger things have happened, but Manasquan is going to have everything go their way. Quick pass to the outside, caught by Callahan, who gets tackled immediately by McNally. Small gain on the play, 3-yard pickup. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 with 2.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Because of some of our battery issues, we will not do a post-game interview today. We will give out our trophy.
Yes.
But we will do it without
got a couple names
radio.
In mind.
2nd and 7 here, 2 minutes remaining. Throw. Caught by Foreman from O'Leary. Going to be enough for a Manasquan first down.
So the clock will stop to set the chains. Although it never did. Clock was moving.
Referees need to eat.
Phil Seneke down there on the clock.
Manasquan still has their quarterback O'Leary run over, get the play call, quick huddle, and to the line. Rolling right, wants to throw. Heaving it up for grabs. Foreman batting it around with Galos and Peters around. It'll fall incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:30 remaining. This is not a comfortable position, Ed, for Manasquan, wanting to and needing to throw the football.
No, and especially into the 20-mile-an-hour wind.
O'Leary this time will go under center. Blitz coming for Wall. O'Leary tried to roll to his right, didn't have anywhere to go, and gets dropped right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so it won't go down as a sack, but 1 yard gain. O'Leary and the Warriors facing a 3rd and 9 now. With 1:02 and running.
Wall will take a 10-9 series advantage. We'll have to wait until next year's schedule comes out to see if and when this game will be played next season.
Tuttle's on the pass, swing pass, picks up about 8, so it'll make the 4th down a little bit more reasonable. And they will use a timeout, Manasquan, their 2nd of the half.
Larkin being tended to on the sideline. Ed's going to head down to hand off our plaque. Our Ocean Trophies player of the game will be Dylan Ritchie, the senior quarterback, playing his final high school game of the day, and that'll be powered by Ocean Trophies, the official award supplier of the Shore Sports Network. Ocean Trophies, Route 9 in Lenoka Harbor. Call 609-693-7480. The assist to Casey Larkin, who had himself an excellent football game today. Inside the carry here will go for Tuttles, who will get Manasquan a first down. Inside of 30 seconds remaining. The result no longer in doubt. Wall's going to win this football game. O'Leary throwing it up into the air. Catch is made by Foreman, who will move the change for Manasquan with 38 seconds. They just don't have enough time to get back into this football game. So Wall will finish up their year at 6-3. Manasquan will drop to 8-3 on the season. O'Leary spiking the football, trying to get Manasquan at least one more play with 9.7 remaining in this 4th quarter. A lot of thank yous to go around. Tom Trembley, our resident engineer, for helping us get set up and up and operating today. Katie O'Keefe back in the studios. Remember, it's a holiday for those that work here on the Shore Sports Network as well. We love what we do and fortunate enough to do it. Vin Ebino, who has been manning our camera outside and upstairs. O'Leary throwing. This is intercepted. Sasso with the exclamation point for Wall. Clock will hit 0. Game over. The annual Turkey Day Trophy heading back to Wall after Manasquan winning last year's edition. Bob Batters will have full coverage for you at SureSportsNetwork.com. Greg Lerner inside here with our operational coverage. For Ed Sarluca, I'm Matt Harmon. We wish you and yours a happy, safe, and healthy Thanksgiving. Wall wins it 18-7. This concludes our broadcast coverage of high school football this season. Thanks to all those coaches, players, athletes that we've been able to cover. Kevin Williams, our Shore Sports Network sports director as well. We'll have coverage of all of the games taking place, including the Saturday showdown between Mater Dei Prep and Red Bank Catholic. Next week's bowl games as well. For full coverage of this and all things high school football, go to SureSportsNetwork.com. For all of us here, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thanks, as always, for giving us part of your Thanksgiving morning. Final score one more time. Wall 18, Manasquan 7. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Katie. Great job.
Shore Conference High School football.
Thanks, Matt. Talk to you later.
You too.
1310 at mybeachradio.com. Part of the Shore